Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to the Thai Expat Daily Show. I'm Kieran Mack, your host as always, and delighted you are here yet again for another show. Now, before we do get started, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so that YouTube will let you know when the next podcast or show is uploaded onto the platform. Finally, if you want to support the show, just become a channel member. Lots of benefit, all listed down below in the description, and it's simple as hit that join button. So now it's all done and dusted, let's jump into the trending stories here in Thailand today. Officials combating call center gangs are intensifying their efforts following the recent arrest of a Taiwanese man in Chiang Rai province. Mr. Lin Chun Hung, a Taiwanese national, and Mr. Sapan, a local resident, were apprehended on July 25th with equipment for telephone and internet signal distribution. The arrest followed an investigation by the Investigative Division, Region 5, which tracked the call center locations in Bandu sub-district. Authorities searched an apartment in Building G, Room G03, discovering a TP-Link IP camera and router leading to the suspect's arrest. Mr. Lin allegedly installed devices to obscure caller identities, while Mr. Sopan was hired as an interpreter for 1,000 baht per day. Both faced charges related to the unauthorized use of radio communication devices and frequencies. Prime Minister Saretta Thavisin recently ordered the dismantling of illegal telephone infrastructure used by criminals along border areas and urged police to intensify their crackdown on call center scams. The Immigration Department is also developing a database to monitor individuals at risk of involvement with call center gangs. Thailand welcomed 20 million foreign tourists in the first 7 months of this year, about half the total for the same period before the COVID-19 pandemic. Prime Minister Saretta Thavisin announced on social media that from January 1st to July 25th, over 20 million international visitors arrived, marking a 34% increase from last year. He credited this surge to measures such as visa-free travel, more flights, the creation of an aviation hub, and improvements in tourist attractions. Tourists from Taiwan and India reached a historic high, likely due to the visa-free scheme that allows visitors from 93 countries to stay in Thailand for up to 60 days without a visa. This scheme, which began late last year, has been extended until November 11th and is a key government policy to boost tourism. Mr. Saretta attributed this year's tourism growth to cooperation across various sectors. He stated the Tourist Authority of Thailand is preparing activities to attract tourists from different countries each month. I encourage the tourism sector to prepare as Thailand's big door has opened today. Despite the increase, the Tourism and Sports Minister prediction of 35 million visitors generating 3 trillion baht in revenue this year falls short of Thailand's 2019 record of 40 million tourists and 1.91 trillion baht in revenue. Ministry data showed that from January 1st to July 25th, Thailand welcomed 20 million visitors. The majority came from mainland China, about 4 million, followed by Malaysia, which was about 2.7 million, India, 1.1 million, South Korea, just over a million, Russia, 987,000 people, Laos, 714,000, Taiwan, 610, Vietnam, 597,000, and the United States at 575,000 visitors. For long-haul arrivals, Russia ranks first, followed by the US, the UK, which was about 500,000, Germany, which was just less than 500,000, and France at 420,000. Mei Hong Son is in shock after a foreign tourist slipped and fell into a deep ravine at Pai Canyon, a well-known tourist attraction, while watching the sunrise. Rescue teams quickly responded and successfully brought him to safety before rushing him to hospital for treatment. On July 28th, Mae Hong Son Tourist Police and Pai District Office received a report from a concerned citizen about a foreign tourist who had fallen into a deep ravine at the Pai Canyon. The tourist, part of a group of 4, 2 men and 2 women, accidentally stepped on something and slipped while walking to enjoy the sunrise. Now, rescue workers from the Tong Yao Sub-District Administration Organization, along with personnel from the 723rd Infantry Company, were quickly mobilized to search the area. They found found the male tourist about 5 meters down the ravine. He was conscious and able to communicate. Using rappelling equipment, the rescue team safely brought him up. The tourist, who had pain in his right leg and multiple abrasions, has been taken to hospital for further treatment. The rescue operation took more than 2 hours. And finally, a Russian woman has been arrested in Phuket for exchanging counterfeit dollar bills, claiming she was unaware they were fake. Her father provided her with the bills for the trip, and 32 counterfeit bills were seized as evidence. Authorities are investigating the extent of her activities. On July 28th at around 10 a.m., under the direction of Police Major General Sinlert, commander of the Phuket Provincial Police, officers arrested Miss Evgenia, a 22-year-old Russian national. She was apprehended at a pool villa in Village 5 in Kamala, along with 32 counterfeit $50 banknotes. She was taken to Kamala police station for questioning, along with 3 other Russians. She claimed she did not know the bills were fake, stating her father gave her 60 $50 bills for her trip. She exchanged 4 bills at a foreign exchange counter in front of Big C in Kamala on July 23rd, receiving 5,348 baht, and did not suspect they were counterfeit. Authorities are investigating potential links to a transnational crime syndicate involved in counterfeiting US dollars in tourist cities. She faces charges of importing counterfeit banknotes, possessing counterfeit banknotes, and bypassing custom procedures with prohibited goods. Now, Police Colonel Somsak revealed that officers found 32 counterfeit mixed bills with real ones out of a total of 75 bills, causing potential damage of 57,000 baht if exchanged at 35 baht per dollar. The investigation found that she and her companions traveled from Moscow, changed planes in Shanghai, and arrived in Phuket on July 22nd. They exchanged 3 counterfeit bills and 1 real bill on the 23rd of July at the Big C Kamala exchange counter, as we previously mentioned. Following the exchange, employees reported an investigation was launched, leading to her arrest on July 27th. Authorities are now working to locate where the other counterfeit bills were exchanged and to identify additional victims.